an issue when I had a friend. I woke up this morning to a text that says it's 3:45 in the morning, and there's Drew across the street. So you got here this morning. Well done to you after a big late night out.
I would like to actually thank my Uber driver. All week it's been $10 to get to Broadway. Paid $100 to go home last night in the rain at surge pricing at the end of the night. So
Yes.
should have got home a little earlier.
And then a big shout-out to all the Kentucky fans. It took, I think, until last night, but Kentucky fans have taken over the city of Nashville. I think that's pretty clear.
Yep.
Especially this morning, walking around, you could just see it. I genuinely believe that the session tonight, and then assuming we win the session Saturday, Ryan, I think they're going to be two of the wildest sessions in terms of attendance and just people in the city. It's going to be great here today.
Yeah, like I said, we are so long overdue as a fan base to have a good weekend at the SEC tournament, man. We crave it. This is our weekend. This is our tournament, and we finally feel like we can get back to that level this weekend.
So Kentucky will play Texas A&M today, 7 o'clock. It is obviously a huge game for Kentucky. I kind of take the view, this has been my view the whole time. I think if we win tonight, I think we win the whole thing. I think we win the whole tournament. I oddly think tonight's going to be tough. It's probably, if you're just looking matchup-wise, Drew, probably the team that's the hardest for us to match up with the way they play. I mean, we're better than them, but they play a physical style. Their guards, while they can't stop us, they can kind of be physical with us. And then they have a dude in Wade Taylor who can go off on you. They beat us down there. I like us against pretty much anybody else we would see. Plus, A&M is, according to Joe Lunardi, the last team in the tournament. And Lunardi said this morning, if A&M beats Kentucky today, they're in. If they lose, who knows? It'll either be them or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. So the way I look at it is, we win today, we win the SEC tournament, we also got to do it for Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He's not going to make the tournament unless we win today. We got to get a victory.
Got to get it done. It's a team. You've got a little motivation having lost there. I'm sure they're eager to get them back. I will say Buzz Williams and Texas A&M, they go on some runs in this tournament. They had a good run last year. They can be a dangerous team, but I mean, all the fans here, we want something special. If we're going to do something special, A&M doesn't matter today. Win this game, and we're moving on.
Yeah, this will be, first of all, 4 great games today. How do you feel about the matchup against A&M?
Well, we played them in January. They kind of bullied us around. They out-rebounded us like by 20. But, you know, I think we've learned we've got a little bit better defensively. We've got a little bit better rebounding the basketball. And we've learned how now, man, even if you try to bully us around, we can still outscore you. So I like our chances.
At the game against at A&M, they absolutely bullied our bigs. I mean, our bigs just got thrown around. And that was, I mean, all of them. Everybody that played got absolutely just tossed around. Tonight, some of them, Shannon, have to fight back, and if they do, I think we win by 10.
I know last game they didn't have Big Z. I'll be interested to see if he gets any playing time tonight. If he can be physical, I mean, he can be a guy that can be an enforcer down low for Kentucky. I don't know that he will be that, but they didn't have him last game.
This was the game there where Cal started moving away from Bradshaw and towards Ugo was this game because he saw Bradshaw get absolutely manhandled, and he kind of switched the way he's been playing.
And A&M saying they're not going to change any of their game plan based on the fact that Big Z is eligible to play tonight. So it'll be interesting to see. But Kentucky's got to be more physical. There's no doubt about that.
It is. It's a great chance also to knock Buzz Williams in his vest out of the NCAA tournament. I mean, he wears – I kind of like a vest because I would never wear one, but I'd like to see him out of the tournament. He feels like A&M feels like an NIT team to me.
I mean, I clearly want to beat him today, but I'm a little bit of a closet Buzz Williams fan. I think Ryan is too. I hope he loses by 1,000,000 points and he's on his couch tomorrow in this tournament. But I do think he's a very good coach. That's why they are a dangerous team, and they've gone on runs in the postseason in the past.
I feel like he's kind of my doppelganger. I think we could be twins. He got the fake hair. I got the fake hair.
Now, with all that said, Kentucky is a 5.5-point favorite tonight against Texas A&M. It opened at 3.5, immediately went up to 5.5. So the early money was all on Kentucky. When I heard it was 3.5, that seemed low to me. 5.5 seems about right. Let's just pick it to win or not. Give me the score, Shannon the Dude, and the MVP, Kentucky and Texas A&M.
Kentucky is going to win tonight, 93-86. And, I mean, I think the obvious pick is Antonio Reeves. So I'm going to go with Reeves.
All right, Drew.
I mean, obviously Kentucky's winning. Let's not be silly here. This is going to be a magical run. I think they win big. It'll be a little more low scoring with the way they play, but I'll call it 81-64.
81-64. Who's your MVP?
Well, Big Z. It's the SEC tournament.
SEC. All right, what about you?
I'm going to go Kentucky 87-77, and we kind of stole my thunder. I think Dude may not be the leading scorer, but he may be the most valuable player in the game tonight.
All right, so my Don Franklin Auto pick of the day. Go to Don Franklin Auto for your vehicle. See, I forgot to do that ad. Do your vehicle needs. There's locations all over the state. You can get the best price, the best selection. It's all at Don Franklin. There's one near you, and when you go, tell them KSR sent you. It's donfranklinauto.com. I have to tell you, it was 4 years ago, 2 days ago, that we ended up getting taken away from this tournament. And Kentucky basketball, unfortunately, since that day, really hasn't felt the same. The world, in some ways, didn't feel the same for a while, but Kentucky basketball really hasn't. And then about 4 or 5 weeks ago, it started to click in. Then about 4 or 5 weeks ago, the thing that we all love so much, you started to feel it again. And I really have a belief. I'm not just saying this. I think we're in for a special 4 weeks. I think I'm going to be seeing a lot of you in Phoenix in 4 weeks. Ooh. I think this team is feeling it. I think it's the right group. There's a kid from Kentucky on it. We only win titles when kids from Kentucky play a big role in it. The Cats win tonight, 81-72, and in 4 weeks they're playing in the Final Four against somebody in Phoenix, Arizona. Thank you, folks from Tin Roof. Thanks to Kentucky Branded. Thanks to Country Boy Brewing. We will see you at 4:30 Eastern. This has been Kentucky Sports Radio.